Alright guys, it's me, Citizen Erased 14, aka Amanda. This is my second attempt to do this video. I don't know if I have a problem with OBS or what, but I've discovered that for some reason, once I've started recording, if I minimize my game for too long and I try to bring my game back up, it crashes my game and makes my entire screen of my laptop white, and I can't do anything but turn off my laptop and turn it back on again. And I learned that the hard way in the middle of my last video. So I will not do that again, which unfortunately means that when I get to the part of the video where I'm talking about the pose player, I can't minimize and go into the pose player to find poses. I'll show you that after. I wrote down some poses to try to show you guys, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so if you're watching this video, this is a kind of a behind the scenes, I guess, almost like a tutorial, not exactly. I'm not claiming to be an expert or anything, but I wanted to show how I personally screenshot my story, my approach, my technique, my little behind the scenes secrets that I use to get the shots that I need. So yeah, we're going to try this. And hopefully it will work and cooperate this time. And I'm going to kind of play it by ear. I did come up with kind of an idea for last time in my last video that kind of failed. Okay, let me just make sure that this is working. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So the idea kind of worked, but I don't know. I might tweak it a little. We'll see. Play it by ear, like I said. So I'm using my characters from Dust to Dust as this example. Why is there milk on the ground? I didn't even notice that. Becca left milk on the ground. Okay, a little strange. Anyway, so here we are at the Ainsworth's house. What I always do, I move my Sims in between my houses a lot. And what I'll do is I put all the Sims that I need, all the characters for a certain scene in the same household. But I always add at least one extra Sim that I don't need. And that is so that we can select that person during the screenshot so that the plumb bob does not show up. So in this case, for the little fake scene I had come up with, it's going to be everybody except for Mel. Mel is not actually in the scene. She's our extra. So first thing we do, make sure our cheats are on. Second thing we do, okay, we alter our needs. We fill our household needs. We make everyone super happy. How happy. And then we also disable their need decay so they stay happy. Now, mind you, we might not want them to literally be happy. You'll see that in a minute, how we change their mood to fit the scene. But we want their needs full so they don't have to go to the bathroom or eat or sleep or anything while we're trying to take these pictures. Next thing to make sure to do, go into your game options. Again, this is only my method. If you are not doing the micromanaging style that I use or used past tense now. Oh, sad face. Sad. Used past tense for Dust to Dust since the story's over. Why did I remind myself of that? So sad. Anyway, if you're not using the micromanaging style, obviously you're not going to do what I'm doing here. But I feel like, I don't know, maybe everyone at some point or another wants to stage a screenshot for, short story competition or certain particular, scene. Maybe you don't do your whole story like this. I do my whole story like this, but that's just me. So I go into my gameplay and I make sure my autonomy is off. They cannot do anything unless I tell them to. But that's not 100% true because you'll see they'll still, I'm sure, play musical chairs and change positions while they're talking because they're annoying. So now that we've done all that, what we're going to do is I have my darkness down here. If you this video is not just for people who read my story. This is for anyone who wants to just kind of see like another SimLit author's approach to things. So I use Evelyn's darkness. If you read my story, you understand what I'm talking about. And I'm going to put everyone who's not in the scene from the start down there. They're not going to stay there. Mel will stay there, unfortunately. Sorry, Mel. But right now we're just going to start with Lucas and with Ev. Please ignore the fact that it's daylight and Evelyn is outside. Because if you read my story, you know Evelyn cannot be outside in the daylight. Oops. Alright. So we're going to do a little scene where I've decided Evelyn wants to hang out with Lucas. Here, wait, I'll show them for a second just for fun. Evelyn wants to hang out with Lucas, and she discovers that he has plans with his family and with his friends, and she's bummed because she can't be a part of it because, yeah, no one else can see her, so she can't be a part of anything. Poor thing. Very sad. I just made that up because I was going to try to recreate an actual scene from my story. Who's this? There's always some interesting people walking by. I don't know who that is. There's Caroline. You know who Caroline... That's fine. Caroline just walked right by Evelyn. Yeah, okay. If you read my story, you might get that if you remember who Caroline is. Oh, and she's talking to Exakamikaze over there. I'm surprised Julie hasn't walked by. Julie V is the sim self who walks by the most often in this neighborhood. It's very funny. Anyway.
Oh, Cardule.
So, see, Lucas thought it was funny. He's laughing over there. So, I lost my train of thought because I got distracted by Townies walking by. I swear, I have sim ADD. I don't even know. Anyway, so we're gonna start out by moving them. I want them to be over here. So, actually, let's have them be outside. I'm so lazy, I teleport them. I don't even make them walk. So now they're kind of where I need them to be. I want them to have a little conversation. Okay. So I want them to kind of face each other. Makes sense, right? Okay, I'll usually pick a spot I want them to kind of be in when they're talking. So I want them kind of in front of the door. Okay, Evelyn doesn't want to move. That's okay. Not a huge deal. We need Evelyn to be sad. I've just, if this were a real scene I was really screenshotting, there'd be a lot more screenshots. But I just want to show you an example. So we're going to kind of be in the middle of the conversation where Evelyn's bummed out. She's sad because she can't hang out with Lucas tonight. So, I need to talk about my mod that I have. You might not have it. It is called Enable Debug Cheat Interactions, which is a really long name. You can download it on Mod the Sims, and it allows you to shift-click a sim, and there's usually some options when you shift-click a sim if you have testing cheats on. But with this mod, it opens even more options. And my favorite one, I use it literally every single chapter of my story, is this one, Cheat Emotion Intensity. You can make your Sims feel any emotion that you want without having to type in the complicated add buff, whatever, up in the cheat box. So, Cheat Emotion Intensity, we want her to be sad, so we're going to make her depressed. Nice and blue for Evelyn. Okay. Lucas, I want him to feel kind of uncomfortable. I found that the embarrassed emotion works great for making the sim look uncomfortable with the situation. Now, this is good that this is happening, actually. He's so cute. This is good that this is happening. Notice that Lucas has the little embarrassed, you cheated to get this moodlet, but it's overshadowed, okay, by all of these other moodlets. These two I can't really help that much. He has high needs and he's in a good environment. Lucas has the good trait, so he occasionally just randomly gets good vibes and wants to feel happy. So, step one to try to fix it. Cheat emotion intensity makes fine. Okay, took away part of the problem, but he's still got that happy, and I bet if he stands there long enough, look, the decorated comes back. So, this is where you have to be very careful. As you probably know, there are emotional deaths in The Sims 4. So when you go to cheat emotion intensity, there are different levels of each emotion. Embarrassed, okay, is the lowest level. Then you have, I meant to go to more choices. You have humiliated and mortified. Mortified is the one that might kill Lucas if we put him in that emotion. We don't want him to die. We do not want him to die. Sorry, Lucas, you gotta live. So we're going to pick the medium one, humiliated. It's a little stronger. And now you can see it actually overshadowed how happy he was feeling. So now if we press play again, now he looks uncomfortable. My Sims, if you read my story, you'll know they spend most of their time feeling embarrassed or sad. I feel bad. I'm a mean, cruel author. And then I laugh. Wow, I'm just so evil. So we want them to talk to each other and get a couple screenshots of them talking. So just pick any. I pick any random interaction because they're gonna look happy at first, but when they go into away from a specific thing like Brighton Day into just general chatting, oh, look at what's happening. Musical chairs. They're trying to sit down on me. And I do have a pose installed that every time my Sims sit in a chair, they pose like that. Because I actually use that one where they're holding their forehead kind of often.
Yeah.
So I don't want them sitting down for this conversation. So this is what I recommend doing. It kind of stinks that it has to come to this. Get them standing again. Now this is where like nitpicking and a lot of work comes in. Okay, Lucas, shut up and just stand up. Oh my god. Thank you. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now, go into build mode. Okay. I delete the chairs, but I'll keep one and I'll put it somewhere where it won't be seen in the picture. So maybe we'll put it over here. Alright. Now we have no chairs. Now we know that they're gonna keep standing, which, you know, is a good thing. I want to move Lucas back, so I'm going to have him step over here so he's closer to where he was originally. It's a little better. See, I'm so nitpicky about like how they're standing. You don't have to be this nitpicky. This is just me. This is just me.
Oh.
All right, there we go. I like them kind of that standing side by side type thing. So let's say I want a picture. Okay, that's like a pretty good facial expression. Put my walls up. What I'll do, it's kind of annoying, I guess, but I'll actually sit here and just watch them talking and wait for the right moment to come and the right facial expression that I like. So I like this facial expression on Lucas. He looks uncomfortable. Let's use it. Now, here's the thing. Depending on how much of a perfectionist you are, you can do one of the following. You can just take the screenshot as is. But, sorry, habit. I always go into tab mode now when I screenshot. If you don't use tab mode, by the way, for your screenshots, you are missing out on life. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know tab mode existed until literally like chapter 50 something of my story, and it basically changed my life. So if you're not using tab mode already, please use tab mode for your screenshots. Anyway, so I just took the screenshot. Not a big deal, but my readers might notice that there's no chairs at this table. If you go back and reread Dust to Dust, you'll notice that there's some times where there's no chairs, and I didn't bother to hide the fact there was no chairs. I don't know why I'm pretending to whisper. Okay, if you don't want to do that, if you really want to be perfectionist, I have done this before in times when I feel like a huge perfectionist. You pause where you want your screenshot. This is, like I said, this is going to be so annoying. Let's shift it so that we get multiples. You put your chairs back. Oh, so Lucas is like, sugar. Sugar. I had Lucas standing too close to the table. I couldn't put the chair back. That backfired horrifically. What I was trying to show you before that just totally blew up in my face was that you can put the chairs back. Let's just do this for a test. Put the chairs back, take your screenshot, and then move the chairs away again. And do that between every single screenshot. So annoying. I have done it before for times when it's glaringly obvious that there's no chairs and I don't want it that way. Other times when I'm feeling lazy, I leave it with no chairs. But as you can see, tip, don't make your Sims stand where a chair should go or it will totally ruin everything. Learned our lesson. So let's try something different, a little bit different now. Like I said, I'm not really screenshotting this scene, obviously. I would be doing it much differently if it was real, but you're getting the gist right now. Let's pretend, right now, I want Lucas to be telling Evelyn something that's shocking her. Maybe she's surprised because he forgot that they had plans and to hang out together, and she is horrified that he is going to be spending the time with his friends instead of her. I don't know. I'm seriously just making this up because this is not even a scene from my story. Let's talk about cooking because, you know, Lucas loves cooking. Isn't that convenient, wink wink, that Lucas, you know, grew up to be a chef and, you know, you need a 10 in the cooking and gourmet cooking skills to make ambrosia? It's kind of a funny coincidence, huh? Anyway, we talk about cooking. They look happy until they go into the regular chat mode down here. Okay, here we go. So this is what I'm going to do. I normally, okay, I'm going to talk to you about Pose Player. Normally what I would do, okay, when you download the Pose Player, by the way, if you don't have the Pose Player and you don't know how to find it, just Google Sims 4 Pose Player, and it's called Andrew's Pose Player, I think. It's like the first thing that comes up. Download it. It's awesome. It is amazing. It'll change your life. Normally, what I would do is in the background of the game, or not in the background of the game, I guess in the background on my desktop or whatever, I would have open, there's a text file with a list, literally probably over 1,000 names of different in-game animations. And then what you can do is copy and paste the animation you want into the Pose Player. But I discovered in my last video when I minimize the game to try to do that, it crashes. So I wrote down, okay, the names of the poses. So it's not perfect. In a perfect world, you would be using the text file. But when I finish this part with the game, I'm going to minimize, but then not go back to the game. Okay, I'm going to leave it on my desktop, and I'll show you the list, the Pose Player list, really quickly at the end of this video. So we click on Evelyn. We want to do Pose by Name. Pose by Name. Okay, we'll talk about Pose by Pack in a minute. Pose by Name. This is where I would paste the name of the animation. So I'm going to do this one. A_react_surprised_x. You'll notice on the Pose Player list, a lot of interactions are X or Y. X is whoever is doing the action, and Y is whoever's receiving the action. So we'll try this, and we'll see how it looks. I've used this one before. I think, here we go. So see, she looks surprised, and she'll just do that on a loop. She will just keep doing it again and again and again, so you can get your screenshot. Now, if I hadn't had her talking to Lucas right now, she would have just kept doing it infinitely. But since she's in the middle of a conversation, she'll only do it a few times. Now, there's also one called, oops, oh, I didn't save that one. I tried to paste it. A_react_surprised_x, I believe, is what the next one is called. Let's try it.
Obista.
9 p.m. That's when the lights come on. There we go. So it's slightly different than the other one. Of her looking like that. So what I would do is keep, she looks kind of goofy, right? So we don't want that one. So let's try surprise 3. Okay. Then what you do, X that one out. So maybe I decide that I like that face. I don't know. I'm just making it up. I really think that that's way, like, even for Evelyn, it's an overreaction. But again, I'm just kind of trying to show you. So we get her in that position. We tab it. We take our picture. Because Evelyn's a ghost, it's hard sometimes because if she has see, the lighter background is the best because you can see her face the best. But that angle worked better for what I wanted for this screenshot, so I went with it. Another thing, if you have a ghost in your story, I know a lot of people don't have ghosts in their story, and that's okay. But I've discovered something kind of interesting. If you, let's pretend that I want Evelyn to look sad. I'm sorry, I'm going so fast, by the way. I'm really awful at, like, explaining things. You would never know that I'm a teacher in real life. Hi, Rory. Rory's, I recognize her walking by. Like I said, the Sim selves are the only, like, neighbors that they have in the neighborhood, so they basically walk by all the time. So maybe I want Evelyn to look a little sad, which she will in a second here. What's too sad? Don't cry, girl. I'm just gonna cry. Anyway, all right. Okay, please stop sharing ideas. Don't do that. Just talk.
Gala.
Oh my goodness gracious, just talk. Don't tell a story. Okay. Whoa. Go back to talking. Oh, now she made herself happy. See, this will happen sometimes. She has too many happy things going on. She had deep connection. She's having a pleasant conversation. Okay, we'll go back and we'll make her feel fine again. And then we'll make her feel depressed again. There we go. I wanted to show you a ghost tip. Okay, so see how she looks sad there? Sometimes, it's not happen a lot, but sometimes I want Evelyn to have like a sad face, but I don't want her to be blue because she's not so sad that it would change her color. So what I found is if you're playing a ghost, you can have them making that sad face. Go in and change their emotion. So now she's green, like she's happy, but she still has that sad face. And then I could take, let's do with a nice light. Let's go with a nice light background. Oh, come on, thing. I suck at tab mode. It takes me a minute to get used to it. Okay, really? No. No. Oh, there we go. Nope, I don't want to move up. Because we want the light background on her face. I'll take that picture. But if I go back and I press play, you'll see very quickly she gets the smile again almost instantly. So you have to pause it on the face you want, then change the emotion to get the color change on the ghost, then take the picture that you need. A little bit complicated. I will also show you, okay, one more thing. This video, I'm sure, is ungodly long. Let me show you quickly an example of some of the pose packs that they have. So that was how you would use a pose by name. There's a huge list of them, and I can kind of show you that. Pose by pack. Okay, so they have the trait animation. So this is going to be what they do in Create a Sim when you select certain traits. So I just picked one at random. So see, Lucas is going to do that literally on repeat for forever. But you can use it if you need that interaction. Oh, there's Julie. I knew Julie would walk by eventually. And that's YJB19299. He's awesome, and he always posted my thread. Hey, shout out to you. And yes, I knew Julie would show up eventually. She's gonna do that on repeat for forever. Basically. All right, there we go. Now he's back to being embarrassed. But again, you can even do death clips. You can make it look like they died. There was a certain scene, I will not say which one, where I used death by exhaustion. And it's a good one. Except it's annoying because they play the music, but if I wanted Lucas to we don't want him to die, but we want him to look really tired. Look at that. Perfect. I can use this nobody has to know that he's actually in the middle of a death animation. I'll just use this picture right here. Take a picture. Oh, look, I'm so tired. I've been working so hard to find your cure, Evelyn. Picture. Bam. Okay. Example of how you can use the pose player for many, many things. All right, he's going to do it one more time, even after you exit. Yes, Lucas. All right. There we go. Now you're just embarrassed again. So I want to do one more. I want to do like a group one so that you can see how tricky it can be to do a group picture. So I'm going to make sure my auto lights are on again. Okay. Lucas is going to go back in the house here. Ooh. This is going to be a trickier one. And I apologize if this is like getting really boring, but we want everyone to be here. Lucas's friends are here. They're going to like hang out with his family. Okay, Noah, where are you? There you are. Okay. So we want Evelyn to be sad again because I'm going to have Evelyn looking through the window looking sad. All right. We want everyone standing around and we want them all laughing. We want them laughing. And there's a couple ways you can do that. There's a couple ways I've done that in my story too. So we're going to make Lucas feel okay again. He doesn't have to feel embarrassed anymore. So first off is we want to position our Sims in certain places. So I teleport and then have them walk to change what direction they're facing. Oh, come on, Sam. You can do it. Sam, no. That's not good. Okay. Try going there. Oh my god. Sam, I absolutely hate you right now. Please turn... Ah, there you go. Good boy. Alright. We're gonna have Noah. Noah, you can come stand on this side of Lucas. I tried to pick, like a lot of people for this scene just so it would be like more challenging, I guess. His parents can stand over here. Why not? There you go, Becca. And good old Damien. Now, this is going to look really unnatural because who stands in a semicircle? No one. No one stands in a semicircle, that's who. But, you know what? My Sims are going to stand in a semicircle right now for this scene. So I want them to be laughing. They're having a grand old time. So, I looked up the names of some poses that will make them laugh. So, let's see. Lucas, you are going to have a react, happy, high, oops, laugh, head, back, X. Okay, again, normally I would be going into that text file, finding this using the find function, copy paste. So now, Lucas is just going to literally keep doing this forever. He will not stop. He is just going to be laughing for a really long time. I'm going to zoom out a tiny bit so that it's not too loud.
What?
Okay, Sam, you are going to snicker a react, laugh, oops, snicker X. Let's try that. So now Sam, come on Sam, come on buddy. Sometimes there's certain poses that don't work. Did I do something wrong with this pose? Did I get the name wrong? I might have gotten the name wrong. A react. Oh, I think maybe there's a happy there. Maybe it's happy, laugh, snicker. Let's try that. X at the end.
What day?
Nope. Okay. So sometimes either I wrote it down wrong or it doesn't work. A few of the poses don't really work. Let's try this one. A react, laugh, clapping.
What?
Sam, why would you not? He won't work with me here. This would be so easy if I had that text document. A react. Okay, we'll try a react. Happy. Maybe there's the happy high and I just missed that again. Laugh, clapping. Oh wait, no, I know what I did, I think. I forgot the X. React. Laugh, clapping, X. Let's try that. Right. Oh, there we go. So now they're laughing. Now, normally I would have, like, I would look up 5 different laughs so that everyone looks a little different. I'm going to try one more time to get this snicker to work. Will it work on Noah?
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, Noah will do it. Okay. So then we'll have, let's see. Becca will do the same laugh as Lucas. So she'll do react, happy, high, laugh, head, back, X. Okay? Okay, and then what kind of laugh do we want Damien to have? Damien, we're going to have you do, we'll have you snicker too, since we got to work. A react, laugh, snicker, X. Okay. Now, he's exactly in time with Noah right now, which I don't want, so I'm going to cancel out his interaction and wait till Noah's in the middle of doing it, and now try again. That way they're not perfectly in sync. Oh, they're going to be perfectly in sync again because he hesitated. Damien, no. Let's try one more time. Actually, let's try it now. See how hard and annoying this is? This is what I went through every time. Sometimes worse. Okay, here we go. Now we're not perfectly in sync. So now this is the fun, I'm putting fun in quotes right now, part, which is, so we select Mel, who's not in the scene. Oh, what's Evelyn doing? We want Evelyn to be looking in on this, by the way. So we're going to teleport Evelyn there and kind of turn her to face the window a little more. See, and they're just going to laugh in there literally for forever. So now we go in here and we press play and we wait for the perfect moment. Okay, there we go. Everyone looks pretty happy. So like I'd take a picture of that. Maybe we want like a full body shot. It's too far away. We'll do almost full body shot. Okay. And then maybe I would play it and get a slightly different one. Like, now let's try this one where they're doing something slightly different. And let's shift the camera over. Okay, I usually take a few screenshots of different things and pick like my favorite one for the chapter. And then we would want to do one from behind them of them all laughing. And we would wait until we can see Evelyn looking upset. And then we click on Mel again. And then, you know, get one from this angle. Maybe go outside. Get one from her point of view. Now see, if I were doing a real chapter though, I would be so nitpicky. I'm not kidding. This is how I am. I would move Sam so that you could see Lucas, because I would want Evelyn to be looking really at Lucas, and right now Sam's in her way. But for our purposes, we would take a screenshot like this to get the perspective. Okay, so there's an example how I would use the pose player. This was a relatively easy scene to set up. I've done much harder ones. Sometimes I don't use the pose player though. I don't always use it for everything. I really don't. Just for things where I know there's no way I'm going to get the Sims in sync by just making them naturally do the certain actions.
Yibsy.
A good one though for that, I don't know if people have noticed, but the inside joke interaction, if you have somebody here, if we get them in a conversation, here, everyone just start talking to each other. Oh, I bet they're going to sit in the chairs. I bet they're going to go sit in the dining room chairs. How much do you want to bet right now that they're going to end up sitting in the chairs? Oh, there's one.
Cool.
Oh.
See, I'm freaking musical chairs of The Sims. Oh, they don't even know each other yet. Oops. How do you not know your son's friends? Oh, I know, because I spend so much time nitpickingly screenshotting you that there's no time for you to, like, you know, talk to these people.
The North Snake.
Just stay there and just sit down.
Yip.
Okay, so now everyone's in the conversation. We'll let them sit for this. But I'll show you the inside joke that makes for some good laughing.
Dooped on a changle. Boona, 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 boona.
No, that's a really deep voice.
Oh, yes. Kunada.
Right. Stop.
Get near us.
There we go.
Ooh, say
All right.
Wingbo.
Come on, Lucas.
Lucas.
Lucas will tell the inside joke, and when he does,
What's
it gets the biggest laugh reaction for some reason I've noticed. Everyone will laugh a little bit at first. So, like, we could get a screenshot of that if we wanted to show, like, oh, hey, everyone's mildly amused by Lucas's humor. Ha, ha, ha. But if we wait a second, for some reason, with the inside joke interaction, they do a bigger laugh afterwards. But you'll see, like here with Sam and Becca, sometimes they do exactly the same laugh in unison, and it's annoying, and it looks unnatural and a little bit freaky. So that's a situation where I wouldn't use that, because it just is a little weird. They look okay over here, though, because Damien and Noah are doing different reaction. So this is a time, like, when the pose player would come in handy. Pose player is really useful. The more Sims you have in a scene, I feel like the more appropriate it is to use the pose player. In my experience, that's just the way I roll. So yeah, that's a little bit of how I would set up a scene. I'll show you something really quickly that the pose player does that's not good. You have to be careful. If you have...
What's a Thor?
Okay.
Dom Sabuna,
Come on.
Arbs,
There you go. Okay, if I try to actually have my Sims do a pose, okay, and it's a pose that usually they're touching another Sim, don't do it. It does not work. Look at what happens. Romantic, T, caress, cheek, succeed, X. Okay, so we're doing caress cheek interaction. So in an ideal world, we would think Lucas is going to put his hand out into an invisible person's cheek. Watch what happens.
Our Bafna.
Musketeers.
I learned this the hard way.
Oh, to spun a
Well, like, okay, can we please discuss how this is like a horror movie right now? I think he just touched his own cheek at the end there. Look. Wait. Yeah, look at that. Like, what is that? Okay, so this is why. Oh my God, I'm disturbed. Lucas, stop. You're freaking me out. You're freaking me out. So that's why you can't use the pose player for interactions where Sims would be touching each other, because horror show stuff like that happens. Okay. I feel like I've shown you everything I can think of right now, but I'm sure there's stuff that I wanted to show you that I'm forgetting about. So we'll say, oh, bye, Lucas. Let's say bye to Lucas and Evelyn for now. Sorry, I feel really nostalgic, you know, because my story's over. So, like, when I look at them, I'm like, oh, I love you. Okay. Sorry, where's Mel? Mel, I love you too. I'm glad you're happy down here in the darkness. I'm sorry that you're abandoned. Oh, Lucas. Sorry, Team Beard. We got Goatee Lucas today, but he's still so cute. Okay. Anyway, so if okay, I will not try to go back in the game, but I'll just show you really quickly. This is that text file I was talking about. It is absolutely massive. Literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of interactions. There is absolutely no way you will be able to read to find what you are looking for. So you have to do Control F and search. Search for a keyword. So pretend I wanted... I don't know. I'm trying to think of something good. Okay, laughing, like I did before. You look up the word laugh, okay? And you go find next, and you look. You have like trait, cheerful, laugh, and you can try it. Copy and paste it into your game, okay? There's so many. You don't want them to die of laughter, though. Okay, nervous laugh. Head back. I've noticed, by the way, that also the seated interactions, or seated reactions, I should say, from the pose player don't work very well for me in the pose player. I can only do it when they're standing. But there you go. You can see, you can go through and find all of the different things called laugh. And then it's a lot of trial and error, unfortunately, but I think in the long run, it's quicker than just watching your Sims and waiting for the right facial expression to happen. There are certain times when this is going to help you and actually be better. Things also like crying. Look at that. We got miserable cry, just cry short, almost crying. Oops, those are baby ones. We don't want babies. Okay, I swear there's other ones though. Gardening. Gardening crying? What? Okay, now I'm just a little bit confused. Oh, here we go. Like, there's also, I forgot. That's what it is. Sometimes you have to look up synonyms. Sob. Look, there's one for sob. Okay, you got to kind of look. Somber sigh. Okay. Mourn, for example, you might look here and go, oh, mourn. That's a good word to look up. That's a keyword I want to find. It takes a while to get used to this list. For a while, I was afraid of it. It overwhelmed me. And I still, I'm sure, am not really using it properly, but I'm trying. Okay, this video is much longer than I intended it to be. Holy guacamole. So I'm going to stop there. I hope that was somehow interesting-ish, or it showed you something maybe that you didn't know before, maybe, or if you did know it, it reminded you and was a refresher. I don't even know anymore. But for people who aren't, who, you know, maybe haven't used this stuff before, to summarize, fill needs, disable needs decay, hide your sims who aren't supposed to be in the shot, make sure you have somebody to select so that you don't see the plumb bob unless you're really, if you zoom in a lot, then it doesn't really matter. Enable debug cheat interactions mod, amazing, to change emotions, and the pose player, amazing. And yeah, that's a little peek of how I would make a screenshot for my story. Obviously not exactly like that, but pretty good idea. And yeah, I hope that was somewhat entertaining, and I'm going to stop talking now because this is going on for way too long. Thank you for watching.